Stop looking at me, you weirdo. What's up? It's the Mind of Opex, and you're tuned into another episode where today I'd like to be discussing on infinity. There's this term called something is infinite, right? And when something is infinite, it just keeps going forever. Numbers, some concept we created in our mind, goes on forever. But we know pretty damn well that the things inside the matrix do not go on forever. Everything has a starting and stopping point in the matrix. But outside that matrix, outside that paradigm of belief, things are actually infinite. Numbers, I'm going to make a full video on it, so I'm not going to go deep into it. Numbers are made up. It's something we created in our mind. It is not actually the language of the universe, as science wants you to believe, right? The science religion, I don't believe in, but if you believe in the science religion, this is something you might want to think about. Everything is infinite in real life. When you're looking at something small through a microscope, the smallest we have seen are atoms, right? Like what makes up an atom, which is the smallest thing that we've been able to identify as something. Things that make up an atom. And, well, weird, but it can probably go a lot farther than that. Just because you can go 100 times magnification, 1,000 times magnification, and still see something and comprehend something, does not mean that there's not something that's a million, a trillion, you name the number, type times magnification. You know, you might find something there, something that makes up something. To think that that is the smallest thing just because our eyes can see it is ridiculous. I think that's a ridiculous notion if people believe that's your start and end point. That is the start. Your galaxy is the end point, right? Because that's the farthest up we can see. But we have to see that through magnification. So we look deeper into these things in order to observe it and see it for what it is. Again, I don't believe in science as much as probably all of you do. That's like the new religion. But the whole science religion is basically based on observation and what smarter people have observed. When the truth is, all observation is manipulated by thought. You can change the outcome of your experiment due to your intention, your beliefs, and things of that nature. If you believe it's going to turn out some way, usually it goes that direction if you truly believe. And if you truly intend that that's going to happen, it'll happen. But if you have any type of doubt in your mind, it may go astray. That's a different type of idea for you guys, and you already probably think I'm crazy. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? If I put hydrogen and oxygen together and I do it in this way, it's always going to come out this way. Well, because you believe it. That's what you were told, and that's what you believe, and therefore it happens. Because you are a creator, and you create things. Anyways, going a little off tangent. So, you keep going smaller, and let's say you see, like, the atom, and you see, like, particles, and not particles, you see electrons and protons and neutrons going around each other, right? Well, one can argue that what you're seeing there is the same thing when you see planets go around the sun. And it just keeps going up from there. Now, could the sun and planets be positively and negatively charged stuff and neutrons and stuff? It could be. I'm just saying that it just keeps going up. Now, then when you see like the galaxy going around each other and then a galaxy going toward another galaxy, and what are they going around? You know, black holes and shit? I don't fucking know. And then it goes up from there. If you looked into my eye right there, you can perhaps see something that resembles pictures that we get from NASA of the universe. Those similarities are very strange. Am I saying that there's eyes looking at us, or that we could possibly be in the whole universe made up in somebody's thought, it's possible. But it's endless. And to think that we are as powerful as we are is pretty cool, but it pales into comparison. I get this Facebook post all the time of somebody saying, oh, you think you're just like the hottest shit, but they'll have a picture of like a galaxy and have an arrow pointed to, like some dust or something it looks like, and it says, you are here in the universe. You really think you're that big now? Again, I don't believe in that shit. I don't believe in these NASA pictures and stuff. I can't get myself to believe it. It's seeming more far-fetched than the conspiracies in my eyes. But then again, it's not about my beliefs. This is about opening your mind. And if you do believe that we are just like this little speck planet of the whole universe, which is very possible because, it could go on forever. What is infinite? How small would this be, the Earth, to a life form that's much more bigger, or much conscious form that's much bigger? We see these tiny little amoebas and bacteria and shit, right? You can barely see it without them. You need a microscope, right? So if you need a microscope to see that, I mean, they probably need a microscope to see us, or something that type of idea. They need something to see us. And me just coming up with like, there's other things out there might not be. But if it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, I mean, who knows? Maybe the whole universe is just a sperm in some bigger being's nutsack. The reason I'm bringing this up is not to be freaking weird, even though that's awesome. I love being weird. But the reason I'm bringing this up is because, well, a lot of people think that there's a beginning and an end. I don't see an end, and we have yet to see a beginning in terms of things, just reality around us. And I've thought about this same thing years ago. Like, if you just keep going, what's more? What's farther down that line? Of course, I believe that it doesn't start with an, proton, electron, and neutron atom. I don't think that's the start. I think that might be the start of a whole new universe or some shit, of each individual thing, and it just goes on forever. That's what I think. I don't believe it, but I think that kind of stuff. Like, what if each atom of all existence breaks through to a whole nother universe? And it's just infinite, goes on forever. And then when this universe goes up from there, and we're just a little proton, neutron, electron going around in some other little freaking piece of wood or something. I don't fucking know. Just weird things to think about. And I hope that kind of like gets you to think. I don't know. Because I've thought about this a lot, in the past especially, not recently, but I thought about it like this morning when I was taking a shower. I was like, it just goes on forever. And I'm thinking about like these little things that we make, and we're creating things, and how far does it go, and how is there other universes and things of that nature? Very well possible, because if you think about it, a proton, electron, neutron is its own universe inside a universe. And who knows what's actually deeper down than that, because there might be like those proton, electron, neutrons might be like similar to like our suns and planets and stuff. And then you got to look even deeper at 1,000,000 times magnification to see little, probably peoples, conscious beings maybe. I don't fucking know. But the way we look at things is at our level. If there was even if there was a giant, we can put them into our category of our type of understanding of this is a being. But if it just goes on very far, like, down in magnification at 1,000,000 times, and you can't identify what those things are, you're going to be just like, oh, they're just like bugs or some shit, right? Like just some freak of nature thing. And that's just an idea. This isn't a belief structure. It's just to make you think. And who knows, when you go farther up, you're looking at past the sun, past what galaxies are, past all that shit. And then you see it from even that being a small thing. If you looked at that as being a small thing, it's just going to look like, things just going around each other, according to science, right? And what would that be? What would that be?
Either of the two
like
left lanes.
Another atom? What makes up an atom or something? Where everything's just space, right? But it makes up something. Could just be one little particle in one little piece of steel that's 100 billion trillion infinite amount of times bigger than us, but it's just one little particle in another universe. I'm gonna keep this short. There isn't much more to explain on that. I just want to open your mind. All right, thanks for watching. I got a lot more content, and I'm gonna post another video within the next few minutes. All right, see you guys.